from outside the door. You can open it. Gotta take a supplement to alternate C, leave on that, like the some vitamin C. I take 2 forms of vitamin C, like the tomo and so-called regular. I do not bottle that day. I got my 1 kilo bag of vitamin C powder from Amazon. Ascorbic acid. I buy kilo from on Amazon. It was around 300 crowns, approximately 300 crowns, which is about $30 US. So this was part of my unboxing the other day. I got a kilo of vitamin C. I take 2 forms of vitamin C, regular so-called ascorbic acid, aka vitamin C powder, which I saw from Amazon. This cost 300 crowns, $30 US. And at times I bought this. This is 37-gram bag of ascorbic acid. Remember, ascorbic acid is vitamin C from the Swedish supermarket, ICA supermarket. So it's happened a few times if I run out of the big bag of ascorbic acid, I order a new bag, and I want my vitamin C, I go down to the supermarket and buy this. So this is fine. It's just if you buy something in bulk, if you buy 37 grams, typically people things are cheap if you buy in bulk. So if you buy a 37-gram bag of ascorbic acid, it's cheap enough, but it's gonna be cheap at a lower per gram price if I buy kilos from Amazon. So this is 37-gram bag of centimeter ascorbic acid vitamin C. That's part of my culture when I make videos in Swedish especially on how to be healthier and talk about supplements and how you can make your vitamin C water. That this bag of vitamin C powder you can buy in Sweden in the ICA supermarket. So the average Swedish person, if you want to get vitamin C, a lot of them will buy an effervescent tube in the supermarket, and it's 1,000 milligrams, which is the same as 1 gram of vitamin C in the effervescent. Now there's also going to be chemical sweeteners in there, like aspartame, whatever, sucralose, and there's going to be binders. So this is the pure ascorbic acid, the same thing that they put inside of the effervescents, only without the chemical sweeteners and the colorings and whatever else they have in there. So you can put a gram of this, instead of getting effervescent, you can get a glass and put a gram of this in a glass of water, stir it up, and you have 1,000 milligrams, a gram of vitamin C in there. Salts without the chemical sweeteners and the other stuff. So that's one form of vitamin C, so-called regular ascorbic acid powder I take, and the other form is used is liposomal vitamin C. And this is my vitamin water concentrate, which I made yesterday. And it has the vitamin C, the B complex, hence the yellowish color, and creatine. Start with unboxing. niacin. This is niacinamide, vitamin B3. 500 milligrams niacinamide per capsule. 3 of those. Omega-3 fish oil. 2 grams. Ashwagandha. Some of these I have been out of, which is why the last time I did a grand post-Wakeup also supplements with. There's some supplements that I normally take after waking up that I didn't take because I've been out of them. So I've been out of ashwagandha, and niacinamide, and omega-3 fish oil for a while. That's ashwagandha. Garlic tablets. Digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes help to break down your food and makes you lose less energy. It's less hard for your body to break down the food if you take a digestive enzymes. So it's easy for your body to break down the food, and you can absorb more nutrients while you eat it. Take digestive enzymes. B complex. This is a good B complex supplement. A lot of run-of-the-mill B complex tablets don't have these ingredients: zinc, inositol, and PABA. This is a good B complex supplement. 100 tablets. I take 3 a day. 100 tablets. And it has all of the regular B complex vitamins that you normally find in B complex. And then these 3 ingredients that you really find in a B complex. Zinc, 10 milligrams of zinc. Inositol, 25 milligrams. PABA, 25 milligrams. And it's less than, I think, $5. So I'm able to buy a lot of supplements, meaning as much as I want to take, or today. Omega-3 fish oil, so on and so forth, because I source it from this cheap online store. And what was this? Niacin, maybe this bottle was, let's say, around $5, maybe 6, maybe 7. And if I would buy a bottle, 100 capsules, 1,000 milligrams per capsule, maybe the cheapest one I could find on Amazon would be $10 or more. Vitamin E. And then here, my protein powder. Veggie protein. 100% vegan protein, neutral flavor. And I'm obviously not a vegan. These are vitamins, the standard protein powder they have in the store. It's up to my standards. Meaning it's natural, unsweetened, doesn't have chemical sweeteners or sugar. And it's natural. Ingredients: potato protein 62%, pea protein 21%, hemp protein 5.2%, inulin, which is a fiber, and then thickener, cellulosa gum. Now, what I like to do, is wash everything that can be washed. This is natural episode, so it doesn't affect the stuff. It doesn't have all these chemicals in it. This is what I use for everything. Showering, washing my hands, cleaning my floors. I use natural episode, unscented, unfragranced. And this is the shower gel. I have another one there in the bathroom sink to wash my hands. So I take two forms of vitamin C. So-called regular ascorbic acid powder, pure ascorbic acid powder. Which I use to make vitamin C water. And then liposodium. I have autism and ADHD, and unlike a lot of people with these diagnoses, I'm raw dog life, meaning I'm not medicated. As a matter of fact, I used to take SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, antidepressants, Quidem, and I'm not depressed. I also killed myself with panic attacks, which I'll be suffering from many years. Killed myself with that. Now I'm going to kill myself with asthma attacks. So I don't have to collect my vent down here anymore. So that's my text. I believe there's a lot of people that, well, I know that there's a lot of people that are missing out because they don't know what I know. They could improve their health, people suffering with anxiety, depression, this and that, mental physical health problems. And with the right knowledge applied, you can have dramatic healing effects. So one of the supplements that made a big difference to me is niacinamide, vitamin B3, aka flush 3 niacinamide. So there's two types of niacin that I've been taking, with nicotinic acid, a flush type niacin, and then niacinamide. And niacinamide I take it daily, and nicotinic acid I take it now and then. I have been taking for a while now, when I was and I take 2 grams of niacin typically in my grand course of supplements, and then an additional 2 grams, 2,000 milligrams after my omega course of omega. So I take 4 grams of niacin today. Very minimal. And some days I take 1,500 milligrams in the morning, or 2.5, and then take them bonus time. Like testing how much niacin I can take in the grand courses of the supplements that I have in the last. And I take 3 grams in a single day, courses of those supplements. But with the molecular fish oil and vitamin supplements. So on top of that, I do fasting, almost fasting, which means I eat only 1 time per day. That's most of the time. And on a rare occasion, I eat more than that, so I eat 2 more or evening. But most days I do almost fasting. 1 meal a day, and when I have my omelet meal, twice every day. So not breakfast, not lunch, not supper, so twice every day. And I figured out how I can take large amounts of supplements without breakfast. or a near-empty stomach without being nauseous. And it's by taking omega-3 fish oil. I take omega-3 fish oil, vitamin D soft gels if I have it, and then the other supplements. For using then nothing said it like it takes less as information. So recommendation and this talk about what I've touched with this. Also doctor controlling to yourself to take the supplement and medication. I believe the mainstream psychiatrist is not the authority on mental health. Also, medical psychiatry is the true competence when it comes to mental health. And I believe there's a lot of violent crimes that happen in Sweden, rather, that could have been avoided. Because as simple as this, and we can go into talk about Abraham Halter and niacin. Okay, Abraham Halter niacin, and what it can do. But simply there's supplements that are safe and effective that can help you to calm down and be less stressed. So people that are in a hyper-adrenaline fight mode are more likely to commit acts of violence. Okay, something that people are more likely to kill themselves if they're depressed. Okay, statistically, people are depressed are more likely to kill themselves to be suicidal. So if there's something you can do to make a person that's depressed stop being depressed, or even less depressed, they're less likely to kill themselves. And people that are irritable and have anger and mood swings, they're more likely to commit violent crimes. Okay. So if more people were calmer, less hyperventilated, had lower cortisol levels, they'd be less violent crimes. Okay. So I'm not for the government like sneaking ashwagandha and niacinamide to the tap water. Okay. But I work to share the knowledge that I have, and I'm sure that there will be less people killing themselves than others if they knew what I did. If they found my channel, learn from me and apply what on how to lower anxiety, stress, how to be depression, how to be healthy. If I didn't already, I'm going to post my community page of playlist by Abraham Halter. Ashwagandha lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. So people that have anger, what's anger? It's stress. People have anxiety, what's that? Stress. Ashwagandha lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. So that's one of the supplements that I take to deal with anxiety and stress, which are probably correlated with ADHD and autism. And people can go, if I take this, I'm not done, so I know that some people are comfortable with that. Well, Mark, you said supplements to calm down, but sometimes I feel stress and anger with it. Yeah. But there's a decreased frequency and intensity of radical mood swings. Okay. Meaning I lose my temper more often if I wasn't in energy. Yeah. So a sign of health is not losing the ability to get angry. Yeah. That would be like maybe a ball. Locked into being calm and healing, and you can't get angry. Now that's not kind of a healthy body. You can have a problem, so you have too much anxiety and too much stress. More than what's normal. There's things that can be done to help it. People don't know. People don't know what they don't know. I believe there's a lot of people that have committed violent crimes that if they would have come my family 3 years before they committed violent crimes, they wouldn't feel about it. I mean, there's a lot of people that kill themselves due to depression. If they would have come my legal family, they're still be alive. And I believe there's a lot of people that have got lost after acting out, attacking somebody. They wouldn't have if they would have come my family. I believe there's a lot of people in the hospital that will come and tell me what we're not doing in the hospital. Yeah, so 2 supplements that I take that help to calm me down, help with anxiety, help with stress. Well, let's say 3. Niacinamide, ashwagandha, and also L-theanine. Vitamin C helps too. You can Google vitamin C stress buster. No, Google this. Psychology Today, space, vitamin C, space, stress buster. Psychology Today, vitamin C stress buster. And even like a mainstream psychology publication admits that vitamin C can help with stress. In fact, there is an article about a therapeutic use of vitamin C against stress. Okay. So, I'm already success. I've proved myself depression. Gone from taking antidepressants to being able to stop taking them without being depressed. I used to suffer from panic attacks. An extreme agoraphobia is I couldn't be outside without being super stressed. So I used to suffer from extreme stress and anxiety, which is not uncommon. If you have common correlated autism, is having more stress when you don't suffer from more stress before you might. Now, with the certain things that we can talk to do that we are not more stress and panic attacks. So for many years I was having panic attacks and so it was going to with the amount of panic attacks. And I've cured myself of that. So I've cured myself of panic attacks. Meaning going from having several years of at least one panic attack a month to at least 3 years now with not one panic attack. So that's not improvement, decreased frequency. So it's not, well, I used to have a panic attack every month, now it's only 2 months. No, it's completely the same. Meaning from years of a panic attack a month to not one panic attack a year. So that's true. And as I said before, from then I was there, I also told myself asthma attacks. So I used self-asthma inhaler and get asthma attacks. And stop collecting. Don't eat anymore. Don't get asthma. Orthomolecular psychiatry is superior to regular psychiatry. And that's part of the matrix system, where they have the masses to things, and people think it's like, the psych hospitals, the psychology, mainstream psychology, they are the experts, they're the best, they're the end all be all. And most people haven't heard about even Walker. Why are people so ignorant on health, fitness, and supplements? Okay, and what supplements can do for you, and what being deficient in certain vitamins can do, and why are people so ignorant on the topic of health, fitness, and supplements? It's because there's an agenda to have the masses ignorant of these things. If you're ignorant of non-system solutions, you're more likely to do with policy stuff, like the matrix community. The same people who have come public fight at the time, they're doing the opposite of American policy system. So, there's an agenda by the deep state of United to keep the masses weak and physically and mentally unhealthy. Because mentally unhealthy and weak people Bara easy to control. So, I took the liposomal vitamin C before, and I'm comparing that to the rest of the supplements in my gram 40 dose of supplements. Actually, I'll bring the ones from in there. There's also supplements that I'm gonna make another supplement order. There are things I forgot. But sometimes after making a supplement order, it's like, oh, I forgot this, and I make a supplement order. And that's a very intended pun. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I'm a little bit nervous, tense, have like anxious energy. And I've learned things. So people that have anxiety problems, autistic or not, ADHD or not, people that have like anxiety issues, they come report feeling the most anxious in the morning. If you will be introspective, self-reflective, like how do you feel if you should be able to detect the pattern. So basically, cortisol, if you feel stressed, anxious, that means you have high cortisol. So what is stress? Stress is high adrenaline, high cortisol, high blood pressure, and high heart rate. So like baseline, somebody's not stressed, anxious, angry, they have a certain level of cortisol, this is their heart rate, this is their level of adrenaline. So stress, demystifying stress, it's not like a feeling, like a ghost in your head that somebody has to like exercise and talk out of their head. It's a biological physical state. Okay, so what is stress? If I feel anxious in the morning, I'm feeling high cortisol. Ashwagandha lowers cortisol. It's an adaptor and lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. L-theanine too, and some of these other supplements. So, if you have issues where you feel stressed, you're more likely to feel or if somebody has anxiety problems, you're most likely to feel anxious in the morning because cortisol levels are at their peak in the morning. Cortisol levels are at their peak in the morning. So you have the highest cortisol levels right after waking up. And after a few hours, they kind of go down. So to ashwagandha, this is niacin. 1, 2.5, 2.5 grams, 2,500 milligrams. So now don't, as I said before, because this is on YouTube, nothing I've said is nice to me to be taken as medical advice information, it's purely my personal belief and opinion. And I'm just talking about what I'm personally doing, okay? And I have a really good doctor that told me to take 2.5 milligrams of niacinamide. And he told me to take this much niacin and this much omega-3 fish oil every day and things like this. So I'm working with a very competent physician. And if you have a competent physician, you know how you're a patient, that you get the right type of physician, you don't have to be that patient. See, you don't have to be that patient. So it's like if you have somebody that's good at a good doctor, say okay, start taking this, and you feel better. You don't have to wait for like 3 months. I still don't feel better. Okay, you don't have to be that patient. If you have a good doctor, you practice the right type of medicine. It's like the same day you can experience results. I want to teach on this. the connection between neuroinflammation and mental health problems. So, commonly correlated with mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, OCD, panic attacks, this, that, the other thing is neuroinflammation. So you're more likely to have a brain inflammation, aka neuroinflammation problem, if you have a diagnosis or not, like you know that you have a problem with being stressed or anxious or uh, depressed or something like this. So there's a connection between mental health problems and brain inflammation, neuroinflammation. There's also a connection between autism and brain inflammation, where people that have autism, commonly correlated with an autism diagnosis, is neuroinflammation above baseline. And you can Google this too. Google autism neuroinflammation. You can look at some things. So it's not that you have to do that. You can learn things by listening to what I say, but I like to back it up to make it harder for people to marginalize this guy's crackpots. Like even psychology today. So if I go, vitamin C has helped me with my stress. Okay, anxious. What is anxiety? It's stress. Okay, so if you're like calm and then you get anxious, you're feeling less calm and more stressed. Okay, so I go, yeah, thanks. Vitamin C. Since I started taking vitamin C every day, I noticed that I'm less stressed. There's people, okay. Even psychology today, okay. Even psychology today, vitamin C, Google psychology and vitamin C stress buster. So even they have an article there. It's like, yeah, vitamin C, there's a study saying it can help with stress. So the issue is, here's a saying that I have. So if somebody, oh, Mike, if I would say to somebody, hey, ashwagandha has helped my anxiety. Okay. And somebody else like, oh, I don't think ashwagandha has my anxiety. I bought a bottle and took a capsule a day, something like this. And I didn't feel any improvement. Do not foolishly attempt to achieve therapeutic effects from subtherapeutic amounts on vitamins or other supplements. Okay. So a lot of people are trying to achieve therapeutic effect from subtherapeutic amounts of things. Okay. Now, if somebody's trying to have therapeutic effect from supplements, it's like they've got level 1 down. That's good. If somebody's like understanding that their mental, physical health can be improved with proper supplementation. Now, you don't want to fall into the pitfall then of like, I get taken too little. Okay. So I'm not a proponent of taking too much of anything, but the most common issue is not people taking too much. It's people taking too little things. So let's say somebody sees this video and I go, I feel like ashwagandha has helped my anxiety. Since I started taking ashwagandha every day, that's one of the things that made a big difference in my anxiety and stress levels. Somebody might go, well, yeah, I heard somebody tell me I got stress, anxiety, and I tried. I asked them, like, how much? Like, what did it take? Maybe they took like a low strength one that had 200 milligrams ashwagandha. Okay. And then they have ashwagandha high strength concentrate. I used to buy one on Amazon, Weight World KSM 66, I think it was called. And it had 1,050 or something, 1,000 milligrams at least of ashwagandha per tablet. And then this one, 100 capsules, contains 400 milligrams ashwagandha per capsule. And they sell ashwagandha that comes in 1,000 milligram strength. So maybe if I started taking just one of these a day, I feel possibly like I'm a little bit stressed, but I still have a lot of stress. Like possibly personally for me, I need 1,000 milligram plus ashwagandha per day with the ADHD and autism. Okay. So I'm not saying that will help with this. I'm saying people with autism, ADHD are more likely to have stress and anxiety and things like this. And one of the things that I've done to doctor myself to better health is taking serious amounts of ashwagandha. Maybe I started with this much and titrate to effect, and I end up like, oh, this is how much I need to take every day. And when I started taking niacinamide, maybe I started with 500 milligram capsule per day in the morning, and then another one with, so maybe I started 1,000 milligrams per day or so, or 1,500. It's like after a week or that, I feel a bit of improvement, and raise it also until I find, oh wow, it's a big difference. So as I said before, nothing that I said in this live mistake is medicalized information. I'm just talking about what I think and what I do. Okay. Talk to a doctor, licensed physician. Not me. Talk to a doctor, licensed physician, before making any changes to your diet, lifestyle, supplementation, and or medication. talk to a licensed physician, MD, RN, whatever the doctor is in the hospital, okay, before starting to take any supplements or medications, okay, any supplements or medications, okay. So I'm bubbling over with joy here. I feel good. I feel good. You know that. I'm feeling good. So here you go. This is not the end of the supplement. Also, gotta take some magnesium. Okay, this is a multi-form magnesium supplement. Magnesium plus B6 complex, 100 tablets. Magnesium 375 milligrams per tablet. And capsules are superior to tablets most of the time. But this has enough, because you don't want to. I don't like to take. So it's like 1 out of 10 supplements that I take that's tablet form. So everything's either powders like the creatine. I don't buy creatine tablets or capsules. I buy loose powder, mix it into water. I don't buy vitamin C tablets. I don't buy ashwagandha tablets. If I can get it, I prefer capsules. And one of the benefits is with the tablets, it's like binders and stuff. And some of these things I don't want to get too much of. So anyway, this is a multi-form magnesium supplement. There's 6 forms of magnesium in the same tablet. Magnesium, magnesium oxide, magnesium bisglycinate, magnesium lactate, magnesium salts from citric acid, magnesium carbonate, magnesium hydroxide. And it has a small amount of B6 in there too, 4 milligrams per tablet. So this is next up, 375 milligrams of magnesium. So if somebody's watching this and I tell you here's how much I'm taking, it doesn't mean that's all the month. People individual needs. Some people need more, some people need less of some supplements. There's no one size fits all. Like here's how much vitamin C a human needs every day, which why the RDA in my view is it is not like every person, like a pro bodybuilder and your grandma and somebody who's like a 12-year-old, that they're all gonna have the same need of vitamin C every day. This milligram amount. Okay. And the same person, their daily need of a certain vitamin, it can vary from day to day, week to week. So I'm gonna take 2 of these, 3, 6, around 700 milligrams of magnesium. Here's my vitamin C water. ALA, alpha-lipoic acid. This is another supplement that I take. These are 375 milligrams of ALA per tablet. NAC, N-acetylcysteine, 90 capsules, no tablets. I'm taking 2 of those, 1200 milligrams in total. L-theanine. There's 200 milligrams of L-theanine per capsule. Magnolia. Herbal supplement, I think that's one of them. Here's probiotics. So there's some supplements that I'm gonna order that I forgot to order. What is it called? Meal. So this is called whatever. I got some supplements, I got some left to do. Another thing I recommend people to get if you're interested in health, get a filter pot. Start filtering your water. That's a dolphin filter pot. I don't know if it's available in the UK American market, but in Sweden. That's the cheapest filter pot I'm able to find. That's up to par. And the filter pot itself I buy at tea, I think it's $20 possible, $15, $20. Then it comes in one filter. Then I buy these 3 packs filter cartridges, Daffy filter pots, and it says Daffy Classic cartridge reduces lime scale and removes chlorine, heavy metals, detergents, herbicides and pesticides. That's the end of the video.